This podcast discusses cannabis and is intended for audiences 21 and over.
When you start taking a tincture, how do you know how many drops to take? Some people need microdoses, and so they only take a drop. And so you had to start low and slow with one drop for a week and then raise it to 2 or 3 until it took away your pain. And so people would talk about it. Everyone that had that condition would talk about it. And so there was a great support group. We even had a facilitators group so that if somebody was trying it for the first time and they were scared, a group of us would go over there and be there with them, not getting high or using any of our own medicine, but just being there with them.
Welcome back to How to Do the Pot. I'm April Pride, and I do the pot. Visit dothepot.com to subscribe to the email newsletter. And if you like How to Do the Pot, please share it with someone and rate and review us on Apple Podcasts. It helps more people find the show. You just heard from Sherry Horn, the former mayor of Laguna Woods, California, and a cannabis advocate who helps seniors learn how to use cannabis, often by taking small doses to help with aches, pains, and stress. Taking small doses throughout the day to regulate pain or your mood is microdosing, or as we like to say here at How to Do the Pot, flying low. You're not in the clouds, but you feel lighter, light enough to float. Doesn't that sound like the perfect state in which to ride out COVID? Microdosing can refer to low-dose THC or low-dose THC with equal or greater parts of CBD in the formulation. To help you decipher what low dose actually means, today we're digging into ratios and percentages on cannabis labels. So think of reading labels on cannabis products like a nutrition label. Your dietary goals dictate the ingredient you zero in on: carbs, sugar, saturated fat. You get it, and you also get that your dietary goals change. With cannabis labels, your weed goals are not always the same, so how you read the label is determined by the ingredients you need to get your desired outcome. And just like not every diet is a winner, not every weed product is either, so please be open to experimenting. And experimenting with your best low-dose option, a tincture, vape pen, gummies, might mean spending the day floating, thanks to several microdoses of CBD sprinkled with THC. The day is smoother, brighter, and, well, less of the same. If you or someone you love deserves to float, don't F it up by dosing her with more than she needs. Consuming legal cannabis means a new retail buying experience for many women. Need some help buying THC products? As the youngest African-American woman to own a dispensary in the U.S., Hope Wiseman's vision is proving foundational to how we will all shop for cannabis in the future. Hope has some tips for choosing the right product at the right dispensary.
You should be prepared to share details about your most recent experience with cannabis. What brand did you use? What dose did you take? How did it make you feel? And did you enjoy that feeling, or would you like a different feeling? What is your desired outcome? If you have a good idea of these things in advance of coming to the dispensary, it can make the experience more pleasurable.
Hope also reminds us what to expect from the people helping you out when you buy the pot. Bud tender.
They are experts in the brands that they carry. They're talking directly to patients and customers all day, every day. They understand all the frequently asked questions. When someone first comes to a dispensary, a lot of times people go to their bud tender and they're looking for medical advice. And these are retail sales associates, and they are not medical professionals. They are not allowed to give medical advice, but a lot of them are highly trained on the science of cannabis. So there is a level of expertise that you can expect.
If you live in one of 17 states that allows it, cannabis can be delivered right to your door. You can check out our website, dothepot.com, for all the state-by-state details. So how does cannabis delivery work? Well, it's a lot like having anything delivered. You check out what you want online, add it to your cart, choose a time, and wait. The main difference is payments. Some states allow for delivery payments with debit cards, others accept checks, and some take only cash. I'm excited to share with you one of the pioneering cannabis delivery services in California. Getsava is based in San Francisco and serves the Bay Area. Over 50% of the companies on the site are women-founded, and they have a growing menu of BIPOC brands too. The online menu is really helpful and lets you filter products based on how you want to feel or what health issue you want to solve. Sava delivery drivers are all discreet and professional. Your order is packaged in a cardboard box that looks like a present and is 100% recyclable. Visit getsava.com, that's GETSAV, as in Victor, A.com, and receive $10 off your first purchase with promo code DOTHEPOT. For today's high five, what the ratios and percentages on cannabis labels mean. Number 1, CBD:THC. When reading labels printed with CBD:THC ratios, the number to the left of the colon always refers to CBD, and the number to the right always refers to THC. My cheat is that C comes before T. To learn more about CBD:THC ratio formulated products, listen to the pharma episode of How to Do the Pot. Number 2, 1:1, equal parts CBD and THC. When consumed simultaneously, CBD naturally diminishes the effects of THC, the psychoactive effects. The intoxicating effect of a 1:1 formulation is most similar to a glass of champagne. Number 3, 20:1, or 20 times CBD to 1 part THC. The much higher ratio of CBD means that the intoxicating properties of THC will be barely felt, like after consuming a light beer, a Pilsner. Number 4, 1:3. Although most dual formulated products contain higher levels of CBD, you need to look out for the opposite, a higher number after the colon. This is tricky and will result in 3 times the THC you are expecting, with a minimal amount of CBD to level off any anxiety that might induce. It is a common mistake to mix up the ratio, so just remember again, the first number is CBD, that's not going to get you high. Second number is THC, that's going to get you high. If that second number is bigger, you're going to be higher. Number 5, 16% plus THC. Flower and pre-rolls products with THC levels around 16 to 21% and less than 1 to 2% CBD will induce very noticeable intoxicating effects. Extraction-based goods like oil cartridges have much higher levels of THC listed on their labels because these are concentrated products. A little goes a long way. Over 22% THC is a mental commitment at a minimum, with the potential to induce serious anxiety. Sometimes it is fun to see if you are up for the challenge, but you need to know what you're doing if you are getting in bed with 22% THC. Today's strains with just right ratios. AC/DC. It's a 20:1 CBD to THC strain. It's the first choice that I usually recommend to those who are newish to cannabis, and you can find it in dispensaries most everywhere. Cannatonic is a 1:1 strain, and it's a quiet high that soothes your body and mind, prevents and reduces inflammation. So you get a little bit of a balanced high, and it does help with pain, but you're not flying. Harlequin. It consistently yields a 2:1 ratio. So 2 parts of CBD to 1 part THC. And it's for people who don't want to be getting high. It's a great daytime strain, so you can work without stress, like cleaning out your garage. And 3 podcasts that we love. I like Broken Record, which is hosted by Rick Rubin and Malcolm Gladwell. They're interviews with a wide range of musicians. There's an episode with Flea, who helped to absolve much of my mommy guilt and shame. And there's an episode with Wyclef Jean, which is really great too. Ellen likes Cassandra Daily. It's hosted by Nina Rupp, and it's a weekly trend report on millennial and Gen Z consumers. And to do the pot, we recommend Weed Week, hosted by journalists Alex Halperin and Donnell Alexander. Smart, credible cannabis news with business intel. Thank you for listening to this audio newsletter. Let us know what you think. Find us on Instagram at DoThePot, and you can follow me at April Pride. And for lots more information about cannabis and women, visit dothepot.com. Thanks to my co-founder, Ellen Scanlon, Maddie Fair, our marketing manager, and our producer, Nick Patry. I'm April Pride, and we'll be back soon with more of How to Do the Pot.